राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री 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 राम जय राम जय जय राम
जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम 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 ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम 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 ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम 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 ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम 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 ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय 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 जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम
जय
राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम 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 श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम 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 श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय 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 श्री राम जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय 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 राम जय जय राम
Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Hari Om to everybody. Pranam, pranam, pranam. Hari Om, Hari Om. So, yesterday we had gone through the 18 chapters. Not chapters as such. That point which lead us to peace eternal. And that attempt made us feel that when we go with a particular perspective, Geeta is answering. So please suggest any other point with which we can go, enter into the mansion of Bhagavad Gita. Any topic that strikes, which is related to our daily life. As we said right from the beginning, we are not interested in academic part of it, the intellectual part of it. We would like to know some technique by which our daily life can be fine-tuned.
Attachment, non-attachment.
Attachment, non-attachment. Yeah, with that we have to pursue now. Attachment and non-attachment, detachment, okay, or non-attachment. Any particular sloga that comes in your mind?
Suppose we take up first sloka in this 6th chapter. Anashrita karma balam karyam karma karodiyah sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir na chakriya. One who performs one's bounden duty without depending upon the fruit of action, or he or she is a renouncer of action as well as one of steadfast mind, not one who does not handle fire, nor one who is without action. In the very first sloka, Sri Krishna tells us who is a yogi, who is a sannyasi. He is asking that question and giving the answer. Anashrita karma balam karyam karma karodya. Whoever does his or her duties without expecting to get the fruits for oneself, that is the attitude.
Chapter 25, sloka 25. Attachment, sorry, third chapter, 20.
Here in 6th, first one. So whoever does his or her duties without expecting to get the fruits for oneself, that is the attitude. The whole teaching of the Gita is based upon the spirit of non-attachment, anasakti. Don't depend upon the fruits of action. It belongs to all, not only to you. When we are talking about attachment and non-attachment, how can it become a reality in my life? Shloka says. So here he says, the fruit of action belongs to all. You do what is to be done in a spirit of dedication. The little I is no more in the picture. The deeper I, which is one with all, is slowly being manifested. Therefore, we are able to renounce the fruits of action coming to oneself. We don't need it hereafter. That attitude, anashrita karma balam, karyam karma karotiyaha, sa sannyasi cha yogi cha. That person is a true sannyasi, a true yogi, a man of true renunciation, a man of yoga in the path, and not those who undergo the sannyasa ritually. That is the meaning of niragnir. One who does not cook one's food in one's own fireplace. Householders light a fire to use for worship as well as for cooking. A sannyasin does not cook for oneself. So he or she is called niragni. Whatever food he or she gets by begging, he or she is satisfied with that. In Sanskrit, we call him or her as niragni. Why do we do anything? Because of the unfulfilled desire. Therefore, we have to do. Desire impels us to do. When your desire is transcended, you have nothing to do. Therefore, non-doing has become a characteristic of a highly spiritual person. But giving up of activities is no high spirituality at all. So that way, you don't become a yogi or sannyasi. There is no action for one who is desireless. Whatever a person does, that is the product of the prior desire. So the first thing we learn about attachment. I want to appropriate myself, We are handling so many things in the world, but when we handle a thing exclusively for ourselves, think about it. Simple thing we try to understand. When we want to appropriate only to ourselves, that we can call it as attachment. Mine. So here Lord Krishna wants us to know that whatever fruits are there for your action, you cannot take credit of the whole thing because there are so many contributory factors that are that have helped you to have these fruits of action. Deeply ponder, then only we will be able to get out of this attachment. And everything happens only by His will. Greatest one, when you are attached to the body, when you are attached to our possession, that is the main headache for us. It shakes us. I have been prompted to act. He provided the wherewithal, He provided the field. Therefore, for every action there will be a result, so I cannot appropriate myself. In that way, suppose we try, will we be able to reduce the attachment? These are something, Lord Krishna is placing before us. Think about it. Think about the thing which you are attached to, the person we are attached to. What is that is called attachment?
Swamiji,
Ah.
how to get rid of the attachment with the knowledge?
என்னது?
How to get rid of attachment?
Then attachment என்ன தெரியணுமே? First of all, try to understand what is attachment. You have to look to your own. Don't worry about the academics. What is it that you have named? I am attached to so and so. I am attached to this particular situation. I am attached to this particular object. What happens at that time? எப்படி இருக்கக்கூடாதுன்னு அதாவது ஏன் வர்றது இப்படி அதையாவது we have to find out இல்லையா? பகவான் என்ன சொல்கிறாருன்னா, நான் என்னோடு இது இருக்கப்படலை. ஏன்னா இந்த ப்ராடக்ட் வரத்துக்கு எல்லாமோ கான்ட்ரிபியூட்டரி ஃபேக்டர்ஸ் இருக்குது, நான் மட்டும் இல்லை. சப்போஸ் ஐ ஆம் கல்டிவேட்டிங் vegetables in the garden. I must have taken the initiative, no doubt about it. And then we have to prepare the soil. Either we have to engage a laborer or a machine nowadays. And then we need water. And then we need seeds. And then we need sunlight. And then we have to nurture it, regularly water it. If it is subject to pests, we try to save it from the pest attacks. For all these things, we would have taken the initiative. But there are so many small factors that have contributed ultimately when we reap the fruit. When that being the truth, how can I appropriate only to myself? If I start thinking about it in all my activities, will I be able to reduce the attachment? These are things, Lord Krishna is placing before us. We have to analyze. Certain people are joyous always. Certain people are not joyous in spite of so many belongings. So what is the secret? So they will be in the midst of so many things, but at the same time, the things are not getting attached to him. He looks at it as an object, that's all. The moment I put the label, this is mine, then the attachment comes. Puja Mataji used to show us all these things, when the mango now comes. It will not be used by only ashram people. Anybody who comes, they will get it. Anything. So that means, if we have pepper, we get pepper, we don't sell it. Any devotee who would like to have pepper, they will get it. If I am attached to it, I will be thinking in terms of its commercial value. The attachment need not necessarily be to objects also, to name, fame, power, position. Yes, it's a vast subject. In the 6th chapter, he talks about Atma Samyama Yoga. So, Vinobaji puts it into 4 categories. One is one-pointedness, other is moderation, third is equanimity. And he says it should be supplemented or supported by practice and dispassion. So these things can come only if we develop this vairagya. Vairagya means not forcefully detaching ourselves. When our mind becomes more and more broad enough, automatically the attachment goes. One incident comes to our mind. On the 16th Shodashi day of our Parampuja Swamiji's, unexpected crowd. We had prepared vadas also on that day. A team of dedicated people are handling so many things. We had in the Panchavadi a big gathering. At about 12 o'clock, we still remember, somebody comes and whispers into my ears, we have run out of stock of vada. Can we go to the town and from the vegetarian shop, if vada is available, can we get it? We immediately said yes. Because what touched our heart was, they can go and say, vada is over. But the anxiety to help, the anxiety to serve everything to everybody. This is one of the methods. When you broaden your heart, the care and concern comes more and more. You will not be riveted to one particular, you are not attached to particular thing. Puja Swamiji's life was a perennial source of inspiration for us. So probably he tested, whether we are adjusting or whether we are keeping quiet, whether we are bringing some justification. No. Through that persons, he made us aware, and they went without any fuss. Silently they went, got the vada, served everybody. Everybody was happy. Nobody knew that something had come from outside. Anxiety. So that means the more and more we become me to we, the automatically attachment to anything goes on. If attachment is there, under the banner of duty, we can say it is over. But the anxiety to serve others, and we don't know the beneficiary. If we know the beneficiary, there is again attachment to that people. Here the beneficiary is also not known. The cook, to whom we gave an idea of 7 or 8,000, when it exceeded 10,000, when the cook came, he did not grumble or complain or anything. He was a Siddhaprajna. We can still understand. He did not say a word. He was very happy. Such things will happen usually. So attachment is a small word, but it can be connected to many, many facets of our life. Normally we say, attachment to person, attachment to an object, attachment to our bank balance, But no, attachment to power, status, position, so many things. This is a subject on which we have to keep on studying based upon our own experience. Somebody was telling yesterday or day before yesterday, somebody went to the town to purchase something very near. So he saw a young boy who has come from UP. He is having that, sugarcane crusher and with a small table. So this person, seeing him, went there and ordered for 1 cup of sugarcane juice. Immediately he washed clean in front of him, removed this and made everything neat and clean. Glass also he washed, and then he did this and gave. At that time, 2 small children, they were riding the bike. They looked at him and showed like this, 1 or 2 pieces we would like to have. Immediately, while he was in the process, he just threw a couple of sugarcane pieces, and the children got it. They immediately started chewing. They were joyful, he was joyful. An ordinary person who lives on that, who is eking out his livelihood from that. But when somebody showed, he did not think in terms of the commercial aspect. Striking. So that means God is proving to us, even in the so-called business field, we can practice detachment. We were sharing that retired teacher in Calicut, unowned shop. He doesn't lock his shop. The producer farmers, they bring vegetables there and keep it. They open the cash box and take whatever they want. There is a list there. Those who want vegetables, they go there, they take it, they put the money there. So one of our friends asked the teacher, suppose they don't put money while taking the vegetables. Immediately he replied, after all they are taking it for food, and nobody will do that. At the end of the day, I have never found it, I never had any loss. And he whispered, I am living on my pension. So this is a place where everybody can come, place it and take it. Honesty shop, you can say. So learn something from it about detachment. He is very much in the activity. And even if somebody has not put it, he doesn't take it that he has been cheated. No, we use the word cheated, exploited. No. So when the word detachment becomes a part of his life, he puts it in a different way. After all, it is for cooking only, he takes. What else can you do with vegetables? And when you see goodness, when you see free from attachment, it touches and kindles this quality in everybody. God may test us through some creations not to respond in that way, but the other person is not worried. Such tests also should come to know whether he names it as a exploitation. Papa used to mention in one of his, a spiritual aspirant should never exploit anybody, though he allows himself to be exploited by others. A spiritual aspirant should never exploit anybody, though he allows himself to be exploited by anybody. Because nothing is his. There are many, many instances in Papa's life which teaches us. One day he was going, there was an Anakshatra, the chit was given. Only limited people are taken inside. Then somebody comes and says, for the past 2 days I have not taken. Papa spontaneously passed on the chit to him, went away. In Kasaragod, when he was with devotees provided with everything, 50 to 20 items in the room. One night somebody came and demanded each one, and finally with only the cowpea he had, everything was given. It is a test of detachment. And when somebody said, somebody has come and looted away. No, he did not use that word. He said, Ram came and took away his, that's all. These are not for simply reading, So we try to learn some word about detachment. So the first step is, anything that I have, it also should be made available to everybody, because this has come to me not merely because of my own effort, because of various other contributory factors. There can be so many interpretations. Everybody can try in their own way. To the extent possible, they can try to implement also. Because this is an important point. One of the greatest hurdles in our spiritual life is attachment. So a deeper analysis of attachment, not academically. We try to go back to our own life and find out. The more we are attached, more is our tension. And whenever, even for a few seconds or a few minutes, when we are not attached, we are free from tension. When we travel in a train, immediately we try to, nowadays we don't know. When we were not traveling, it was there. We try to interact with the co-passengers and develop an affinity, and then we don't take our bag wherever we go, we keep it there and go. Attachment takes leave for at least few minutes, and we are not tensed up. So God is teaching us through those incidents. The moment you trust others, the moment you have faith in others, the moment you love others, this detachment takes place, or the attachment loses its grip on us. Think about it. It's a very important point. Any other thought anybody has, please share. In the 4th chapter, sloka, he says, Yada hi nendriyarteshu na karmas anushajyate Sarvasankalpa sannyasi yogaruda tadevchide. When there is no attachment either to sense objects or to actions, having renounced all sankalpas, then is one said to have risen to yoga state. A person is said to be a yogaruda when he or she has not any interest in sensory objects. This is a human possibility. You may not achieve fully in life, but it is good to go towards that even little, for at least a little joy out of this, some real peace. So we have to do a little research and find out from Bhagavad Gita wherever attachment, non-attachment and Bhagavad Gita. Yes, it's a good topic. And we see our own life. The life so far we have lived, that is the textbook for us. Which are the moments when we were free from attachment? Which are the moments when we are totally immersed in attachment? Which gave us joy, which gave us freedom? In one go, nobody will be able to do it. But surely all of us must have been blessed with various occasions when we give up the attachment for the sake of somebody. That is the real teaching we get. We watch somebody giving up attachment. Let go. So attachment to persons, attachment to objects or wealth, attachment to name, fame, power, position. Gandhiji puts the whole Gita as an anasakti yoga only. He says Gita stands for total detachment only. Because he found out that is the one which binds every soul. Even under the banner of spirituality or religion, so many attachment comes, Guru, everything. My Guru, your Guru, my ashram, your ashram. Think about all those things, where from the whole thing comes. I think if we go deeply into this 6th chapter itself, we will get more and more clues. At the same time, we have to tally it with our own life. Going through anecdotes will be the best way, rather than philosophy. At the family level, professional level, social level, definitely God must have made us to come in contact with people who are attached to, who are detached. Or people who are attached, but at the same time they give it freely to everybody. Anybody has any points? Because this is the thing which is giving us tension.
Spontaneous action based on purity. You can read once more.
Spontaneity of life, born of an egoless purity and innocence, a consciousness of the indwelling and all-pervading reality, and a constant effort to see Him in all with an unconditional cheerful acceptance of all situations, as ordained by the Lord, are the supreme notes and refrain of the voice that rings through the whole text. So here, in Bhagavad Gita, Papa uses the same word. Spontaneity of life, born of an egoless purity and innocence, and a consciousness of immortal freedom, and a condition of perfect divine ecstasy and peace, is the one supreme note and refrain of the voice that rings through the Gita. If attachment is there, the spontaneity of life will not come. Because our thought, it is a thought-based one. Attachment means, the thought, it is mine. My name will be affected. My wealth will be affected. I will be losing him or her. All this, it comes. Just imagine. So here is a spontaneity of life, born of an egoless purity and innocence, and a consciousness of the immortal freedom. And a condition of immortal freedom means when I am attached to a particular, I am bound. And a condition of perfect divine ecstasy and peace is the one supreme note and refrain of the voice that rings through the Gita. So a spiritual aspirant or a bhakta has to be alert always whether this attachment creeps in unknowingly. Outwardly I may be free. Outwardly I may appear to be free. But internally I will be feeling, when I lose something. So that is why he said advanced PhD state, spontaneity of life born of an egoless purity and innocence. It is not a product of a thought. Straight away God prompts you act, bus. You are not worried about the pros and cons. In Vinobaji, we have shared this, but for the sake of those who are hearing it for the first time, Vinobaji, when he was a small boy, he saw a papaya tree behind his house, and he saw so many fruits, and every day he was looking at it. Slowly it was getting ripened. So he was looking for the day when the ripened one would be plucked and he can eat. So he was waiting, more than a month or two. And finally when it was ripe, when it was told, the mother said, pluck it. And she peeled out the skin and made so many pieces, then told him, give to everybody in and around. So he asked, this is grown in our place. Then he said, whatever is, it is to be shared to all. We can take one or two pieces. That unlettered lady is teaching us now what is detachment even at the tiniest level. Not appropriating only to me and mine. Think. A very important subject. Almost all of us are suffering only because mental tension is there, only because we are attached to something. So Bhagavad Gita is pointing out in every chapter it is there. We will do some homework and find out. Each one can try in their own way. By bringing out anecdotes from our own life, we will be able to understand it better. Not by going through the slogas. It may give us some idea, no doubt. But really we will understand the language when we go through our own experience or when God made us to observe how somebody reacted when he has to part with something, when he lost something, when he knowingly gives something. We need not think attachment means big things. Small things. Little we will try in our own way. Swalpam apyasya dharmasya, no? Even if 5%, 10%, we try that. We will also find that the less we are getting attached to it, the more we will be our contentment, a sense of contentment. We will be happy with whatever God has provided. We keep on working. Very rare people can do that, even in the business line. We remember our Pinakin Bhai's business. He doesn't go for any advertisement, nothing that what you call as sales promotion, something like that. Now for decades, it has been in existence and they are wonderfully performing. Fixed customers, they will come and take it. All the ingredients are coming from different places and each one ensures quality of that this thing, whatever they send, and the workers, everybody feels it is my own. Vinakin Bhai used to say, they have more faith in Papa than me, all the workers. He has got a small factory also. That contentment, And if you are not attached, you will go poke your nose in everything. You want to assert yourself and you will bring chaos. So we get a different meaning of this attachment also, in workaday life. It is not what we normally think is that attachment. Somebody passes away, we cry. That is natural, A person who has been with us for some time, suddenly if he goes away, naturally our heart will definitely feel that. But afterwards we reconcile with the actuality and carry on with the life. But attachment comes on, we think of attachment in terms of that. Money comes, money goes. How people have reacted. Position comes, position goes. Those who are feeling helpless, we know attachment is still there in the mind. But when you discharge your duties impartially, and when you come out of it, even after coming out of it, people will still love you. Because they know this person does not care only for himself. Wherever selflessness is there, that is being rewarded by love by others. Think about it. So Geeta is asking us to go back to our own life and find out the real meaning of attachment, detachment. And some slogas might help us to kindle this aspect. Anything else? Any other aspect?
Affectionate living and living with attachments on it.
Eh?
Affectionate living and living with attachment. Affection and attachment.
Affection and attachment.
What is the main difference?
Difference. Affection.
There is difference. Just look at the Mahatmas, we say about Mataji, we say about Swamiji. They love all, but they are not attached to anybody. They are affectionate to everybody, but not attached to anybody. So how does it come? When we don't expect anything from anybody, and still love them. It is called affection. When we love somebody or some object with some expectation, some sort of recognition, something, these are all the things, not theories. We have to learn it from our own experience, then only we will understand. That is why in Bhagavad Gita a lot of importance is given for this freedom from attachment to the fruits of action, karma phalatyagam. So as bhaktas, as spiritual aspirants, we love all, we try to love all. That means we become affectionate to all because they all are forms of God. I may not realize it, I would not have realized it, I may not, but still I know, my teachers say, my Shastras say that all are forms of God. So in that way I try to move towards that. And all are not alike. Each one is reacting based upon his own brought forward gunas. So I don't get attached, or I don't get attached to a particular line of approach from him. I don't expect. Certain people may be courteous in their outlook, certain people may be rough in their outlook. That will not cause any disturbance to me, because I am aware that he is not responsible, he is under the influence of his own karma. Affection and attachment. Think about it. With attachment, if you love, it is called attachment. With no expectation you love, just for the sake of love, then it is affection. Must be about 30-40 years back, when we were traveling from Calicut to Delhi. On those days, 2 days you have to spend during this period, April-May. Very hot. But in every station there will be a big mudka and cool water. As soon as the train stops, when we come out, somebody will be there to offer you a glass of cool water. They don't ask any money. But we feel, they must be coming. So we put it in that madka, that's all. People who can afford, they have the changes, they will put it in the madka. I used to watch them, joyously distributing, joyously. They are not thinking in terms of any profit. They are prompted from within to serve. We don't have to go anywhere else, even in Tamil Nadu, for Thaipusham. People go, or Panguni Uttram, we don't know. We saw, when we were passing through Tamil Nadu, we saw a footpath very near the main road. So we asked somebody, what is that? He said, pilgrims go there for this particular function. And in every 50 feet or 100 feet, there will be a table, and people will come there with food items and water, so many things. That will be given freely to every pilgrim. Not appropriating to oneself. These are, when we keep on enjoying that, automatically the attachment will go, because we are broadening our circle. So many functions are there. That is why we can say in our social life, so many functions. When people attend, you may not know everybody who is attending it, but you will be serving them equally everything. That is why we said don't go for any bookish knowledge. Go to your own life and you will find so many people are doing tirelessly for the sake of others. With absolutely, the other day we were talking about, what is his name? Anandashram, a great person. In good old days, poverty was there. So he used to go from village to village, organize. As soon as he goes, he will only be having a dhoti and an upper cloth and a cowpea, that's all. The moment he comes, people will ask, yes, what is to be done? He said, tomorrow organize a feast. So people will go immediately organize everything. He does the cooking with firewood. Maybe one sambar, rice or something, but it will be given to thousands of people. But he will not take anything from there. He will go to the next village, take bhiksha and then eat. So these are all some of the things which will make us know about detachment. At the same time, active. Detachment doesn't mean not acting. Very much in the midst of all activities, but not appropriating to oneself. So they are free from possessions, possessiveness, possessions, free from any tag, name, fame, what will happen tomorrow. They don't bother at all. So kindly go back to your own life, and then so that you will be able to list out so many such persons or institutions. Many institutions have come. The person behind this, was prompted by God. Not in terms of anything. In Kumbakonam, one lawyer and his wife, you will be stunned the way in which they are serving the children. Newly born children with deformity. Suppose the leg is not there, hand is not there, no? People place it in a cradle and go away. When we went there, it was a touching scene. Children who are mentally handicapped. He accepts everybody, takes care of them lovingly. He teaches what is detachment in the midst of activities. So with that, you and I must have come in contact with so many people. So with anasakti, one can definitely lead a peaceful life. We have been thinking about only me and mine, me and mine, me and mine. No. There are many. We will be supporting such institutions, supporting such persons. But whether we have been able to reduce this sense of attachment in our mind, that also we have appreciation for others who does this selfless work. That is a big step. But we should not be contented with that. Day for yesterday, a touching incident. Normally our Vishu, on the Vishu day people come here, we give them kainatam, one coin of 10 rupees and then some sweets or chocolate. So apart from that, we also requested some friends to go to the nearby government hospital to give to all the patients and bystanders. And there is one Snehalaya here, about 180, 190 are destitute, pure destitute. So these people, one team people, joyously distributed. When they went to the Snehalaya, they were short of 14 or 15 coins. They came back and told. Luckily the coins were there. So immediately they took the coin, went back again, gave that 14 or 15 and came back. Their Shraddha, I was really touched. He came into only 14. So it is there in everybody. We have to watch and see for ourselves. What can we do? It has gone wrong. No, it's not like that. It has to be, they have to be given. No? So detachment becomes automatic when we broaden our love circle, when we think in terms of serving more and more. So it's a wonderful topic. We will keep on thinking about it. Tomorrow you try to bring some anecdotes from your own life. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Pranam, Pranam, Pranam. Hari Om. Pranam. Pranam, Pranam.